Hello children, welcome back to computer application class. Unit 6 Scratch Part 2 Session 16. In the last class we learnt about Scratch. I have given an introduction about Scratch. We learnt about sprite and backdrop. So what is sprite? What is sprite? When you open a Scratch website, you can see a sprite. What is the default sprite in Scratch? A cat is the default sprite in Scratch. Then the sprite is found on the stage. That is when you open the Scratch website, there is a small stage, and that is called as the cat is present on the stage. So after that, what is backdrop? Backdrop is the screen behind the cat. That is the white space behind the cat. You can also change your sprite. There are lots of sprites available in the sprite library or in the Scratch website. From there you can select a sprite, or you can download it from your computer, or you can take a photo. Even images can be used as sprite. Same for backdrop also. We also saw how to add a new sprite on the stage. There are 4 methods. First one is choosing from the sprite library in Scratch website. Then you can paint your new sprite, or you can upload from your computer. And fourth method is you can use your camera and take a picture and use it as a sprite. You can also work with multiple sprites. 2 or 3 sprites can be added on the Scratch websites. That is your stage, and you can work on it. And we also saw backdrop. There are 4 methods to add new backdrop to your game or your quiz or whatever you're doing on the Scratch website, a project. So backdrops can be added using 4 methods like the sprite. First one is the downloading from your choosing from your library, backdrop library. Then you can paint your new backdrop, or you can upload from your computer, or you can take a picture. Today we'll see working with multiple backdrops. In your school, if you have a drama, the backdrop of the drama will be changing according to the scene. Likewise, in Sprite also, in Scratch also, we can keep changing the backdrop. So first of all, create a script for backdrop. You're going to load a new project with the sprite, and we are going to change the backdrop. So first you will have a normal white space. After that, you're going to click to new backdrop. Choose backdrop from the library, and you're going to add 2 backdrops. Before that, I'll tell you small things about working with multiple backdrops. Backdrop doesn't have motion block, because motion is what is motion? Moving from place to place. You add sprite motion for sprite. Um, 10 steps back, 10 steps forward. Those things are not available. That block alone, motion block alone, is not available for backdrop, because you cannot move the backdrop. You can change the backdrop, but you cannot move the backdrop. Then you can, for writing the script for backdrop, you can use the same block area. What is the difference between script of backdrop and script of sprite? When you click on the backdrop script, it will be visible, but the sprite script will be hidden. When you click on the script of the sprite, it will be visible, but backdrop script will be hidden. That is the difference. Now, as I told you, we have to follow some steps to create a two or three backdrops, multiple backdrops. First, click on the cat, write your script, then click on the stage to select a different backdrop. Then create script backdrop. For backdrop, you have to create a script first. You have to select the backdrop using any four method I told you. Then after selecting, you can select 3 or 4. You can even select 2 backdrops. After that, you have to write a script for the backdrop, because when the scene changes, the backdrop should change. For that, you have to write a script. Then motion block. I told you motion block will not be available for backdrop. It will be empty. Then whatever script is needed, you have to drag and drop from the available blocks. When the costume changes, the backdrop also changes. When the backdrop changes, you can see next costume. Okay, not for the sprite, for the backdrop alone. Now I have created a new backdrop, so I'll just show you. This is the first script I'm writing for the sprite. After that, we have to select, see the previous slide. Here you have to go and click. When you click, it will go to the library. From here, you can select any backdrop, like bench, blue sky, castle, chalkboard, anything you can select according to your sprite. So I have selected this castle road pathway. So after that, when I select, it comes like this. So it looks like the cat is walking to the castle over here. So that is why I selected this picture. Then you can write a script for the backdrop. And then I have selected another backdrop. This is the beach. It looks like the cat is walking on the beach. So I selected this picture as a backdrop. Now, when you click the green flag, everything will get um, executed. So I'll also teach you about green flag, then we'll see a demo. So using the green flag button. So what is the green flag button? Can you see here a small green color flag? That is the green flag button. So for what are we using the green flag button? It is located on the top right corner of the website. It is located in the event block. When you click on the event block, this green when green flag is clicked, that option is available. So whenever you write a script, you have to place that on the top, so that when you click the green flag, all the script will be executed. It is very easy when you keep the green flag button. See, so can you see when green flag is clicked? This button you have to keep on the top of the sprite, like this. You have to keep it on the top of the script. It may be for sprite or for backdrop. You have to keep this on the top of the script. For both the script and the sprite, in event block, you can add this button. When green flag is clicked, script will be executed. When you want to execute many scripts together, like you want to make the sprite move, you want to make the backdrop change. So for both your writing script, in that case you have to use when green flag is clicked. When you keep this on all the script, when you just click, everything will work. See, I've kept it on the top. So here also I've kept it on the top for backdrop and for sprite. So after that, when I click it, it will work. So we'll see a short demo now. We'll go to the Scratch website. We'll go to new file. I already have an account in Scratch, so I can open it easily. If you have a account in Scratch, you can create lots of projects. According to your wish, you can create lot of projects. First, we'll see multiple backdrops. So first we'll create a sprite, script and everything. First I'll create a script for this sprite. First I told you in events you have to create this top one. Then um, you can make it move. Then say hello. You can give your sound. Then that is enough for the sprite. Now we'll create backdrop. See, this is the plain backdrop. This part is called as the stage. So backdrop, I'm going to choose a backdrop. Say we'll choose this metro. We'll choose metro. The metro. Then we'll choose another backdrop also. We'll choose party night city. We'll choose. The cat is walking on the night city. Okay, now I'm going to write the script for backdrop. We'll choose this one first and we'll code. Write the code, create the code. See, motion will be empty. No motion block because backdrop cannot be moved. Now we'll select switch. First we have to go to event, select when clicked, then looks, switch backdrop, next backdrop. Then you need a sound, just we'll say pop sound. That's all. Now we'll click it. Cat is saying hello. Backdrop changed. Can you see? Again the backdrop changed. Again changed. Changed. That's all. So we made the backdrop change and the cat said hello. Okay, now I showed you about the green flag also. Now we'll go back to the presentation. We saw the demo. Next, two sprites talking with each other. So how to make two sprites conversate with each other? Conversation, making a conversation. What is conversation? If I am talking with you and you are talking back to me, it is a conversation. So we'll make two sprites talk. Create two sprites. First of all, you have to have two sprites to make them talk with each other. Then create scripts for them. Then, like a conversation, you have to create. I'll show you how to create. First, backdrop has been created. Two backdrops I've kept. Then I have two sprites. So first of all, I'll make the girl sprite talk. This is a girl and this is a boy. So what conversation I'm going to give for this girl? I gave first I kept the when green flag clicked. Then I kept say, "Hi friend, shall we go for a walk?" So this girl is asking him, "Shall we go for a walk?" Then he is asking, "What is there to see in this forest?" So she is telling there are many animals in this forest. So the boy is asking, the animals may harm us, they will scare us. So it is dangerous to go for a walk in the forest. So this girl is telling, no, the animals are very friendly with us. Then this boy is telling, okay, fine, then let's go for a walk. So this is the conversation. This script I've written is only for this girl. For this boy, again I have written the conversation script. We'll see it next in the next slide. See. Yeah, but what is there in this forest? The boy is asking. She said animals, but the animals will scare us. They might bite us. He is telling. Then she is telling, no, the animals are friendly with us. So he's telling, okay, then come, let's enjoy. So that's all. So both of them are talking. When I click the green flag button, both of them will talk. The backdrop changed. There are many animals in the forest, she's telling. See, next he is asking, yeah, but what is there in the forest? So likewise, both of them will talk. That is the end of Scratch lesson. I'll show you a demo of two sprites talking with each other, okay? So we'll go back to the Scratch website. Now I'll show you a new file. We'll make two sprites talk with each other. So I'll delete this cat sprite. So I'm going to create new backdrop first. Simply I've just given a basketball court. Then I'll select another bench. Okay, after playing they are going to take rest. So that is why I selected this one. Now I'm going to select my sprite. First we'll have this girl. Then we'll have another sprite. So both of them will talk with each other. Then I'll have this girl. So both of them are going to talk. Now first I'll make this girl talk. I'm going to write a script for this sprite. Event when clicked. Then next we'll go to control give forever. Not forever. We'll give repeat. Then when you go to looks there is say hello. Instead of hello, you have to keep it inside the repeat block. Instead of hello, we can say, what is your name? This girl, green color t-shirt, that girl is asking, the small girl, what is your name? What is your name? It is a question, so I'm giving a question mark. Then she will be telling her name. So for her, I have to create a sprite. Then again, after 2 seconds, wait for 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds. We'll have 2 seconds. Then again, go to looks, say what she is going to ask, what is your age? What is your age? Then we'll go to the sprite and create script for this small girl. Again, when control repeat, then looks my name is Sumaya. Then again she's going to ask, so I'm going to give wait for 3 seconds. Then she is going to say the age. Can you understand what I'm doing? I'm going to create a conversation. So for what she asked a question, so she's answering. So that is what I'm writing here. Then she says, I am 5 years old. Okay, she's telling her age. Now we'll click the green button. She's asking, what is your name? She's telling, my name is Sumaya. What is your age? She's telling, what is your age? She's asking. She's not telling her age. I've given repeat 10 times, so it's keeping on repeating. So here I have to give wait. After this, I have to give wait. So we'll stop it and we'll create again. Wait for, we'll give 7. Wait for 5 seconds. In this sprite also, we'll change 2 to 5. No, we'll give 7. After this, we'll give wait 5 seconds. Now we'll see. So when she is asking a question, she has to wait. So we'll do one thing. For this script, for this sprite, we'll create first wait. So before my name is Sumaya, we'll just say wait for 5 seconds. Now we'll see what happens. What is your name? She's waiting for 5 seconds. She's telling my name is Sumaya. Then she's going to wait. What is your age? She's asking. She's telling I'm 5 years old. Nice. How is the conversation? Since I've given repeat 10 times, they'll keep on talking for 10 times. So I stopped it. If you want, you can say just once. Or, yeah, repeat 2 times you can say. So that's all. How was the conversation? Nice, both of them talking, no? You can create like this in your own style. You can you friends talk with each other, right? So you can create conversation like that. That is the demo of this topic. Now our scratch lesson has got over. We'll see, we'll go back to the presentation. Now we'll see the next topic, just the introduction of the next topic. An introduction to game creation. This is unit 7, part 1. Our unit 6 got over. This is unit 7. Here we can create game and quiz using Scratch. So that is what we are going to learn in this lesson. We have learned how to create sprite, backdrop, how to make multiple sprites, multiple backdrops, how to make two sprites talk with each other. You can even create a story like story when you have lots of sprites talking with each other. You can create a story like that. So today I'll teach you in this session, I'll teach you creating games and quiz. So first we'll create a game. So there are different blocks we used. So far we used motion block, control block, then event block for green flag. So we have used 3 or 4 blocks. Now we are for creating a game. We are going to use sensing block, operator block, and data block. All these three are very interesting. So keep listening the class very carefully. Now, first of all, I'll tell you how to use this sensing block. Sensing block, what is a sensing block? You have sense organs, right? What are your sense organs? Your eyes, your ears, your nose, everything's are sense organs. Likewise, for Scratch also, there are sensing blocks. It is called as sensing block. What does it sense? What does the Scratch website sense? We need some sense for creating a game, right? The sense organs will say whether you should ask a question, or whether you can ask questions using this sensing block. What does it do? It gives you some. It gives the sprite some knowledge. It gives the sprite. It asks question and it will give you answers. So for that only we are going to use sensing block. It is in blue color. The motion block is in dark blue kind of color. Looks is in purple color. Sound is in another kind of purple or violet, you can say. Even block is in yellow color. Control block is in orange color. Again, sensing block is in light blue, sky blue color. And operator block is green in color. And then variables is the data block. So that is in orange, dark or reddish orange color. And your last block, my blocks, you can create your own blocks. So that is in pink color. So mostly we'll be using yellow for sensing, light blue, and for operating we'll use green. So most probably we'll be using looks purple color, then control, event, sensing, operator. First I've given sensing here. So first, for whatever script you write, first you have to keep the when green flag is clicked. So that I've kept. Then I'm telling what is your name. This girl is asking what is your name. Now I'm going to say uh, Soumya is my name. So when she's asking a question. So this answer block will be seen. There you can write I am Soumya. Then she's going to ask again another question. She's asking what is your age? My age is 10 or 11 or 15. Whatever my age is, I'm going to write it here. Now I'll show you a see I've written here. I'll show you a demo now. We'll go back to Scratch website. Now we'll go and create new file. I'll delete this sprite. I'll create a new backdrop, say school or a chalkboard, and then I'm going to create a new sprite here. I'll have this girl is going to ask questions to me. Now we'll create a script for this girl. When green flag is clicked, now we are going to use the sensing block. Here is the sensing block. Can you see the sensing block? So I'm going to click here. I'm going to ask what is your name. Then she'll be waiting for my answer. After that, go to look, say answer. Again I have to go to sensing block and give answer. Now again she is going to ask. Before that we have to wait for 2 or 3 seconds for the, let's say, 5 seconds. Then again she is going to ask a question. What is your age? Then again she is going to wait, and I'm going to say the answer. So go to looks, say again sensing block, answer. Now what we have to do next? Now we'll see what happens after clicking green flag button. What is your name? The girl is asking, so I'm going to give Saumya. Then I'm going to tick here. So she's telling Saumya. Then she's asking, what is your age? I'm telling 15 is my age. Then I'm going to tick here. She's telling 15. So this is how you create sensing block. Using sensing block, I've created question and answer. This you can use for quiz also. For quiz, when you ask a question, I'm going to answer. So that is for quiz you can use. This sensing block is very, very useful for creating quiz. After that, again we'll go back to presentation. We saw a demo, and then using operators block. So operator block is in green color. I showed you green color. So what are operators? What kind of operators do you know? Where do we use operators? In mathematics, we use operators. What are the operators? Plus, minus, multiplication, division, comparison, the greater than, smaller than, equal to, all these are operators. So here also we use operators. Mathematical operations are used. So this block has different shapes like hexagon, rectangle, round shaped. Each shape has different operations. We'll see next in the slide. See, this is the green color operators. Round, oval, round shaped. This is the hexagonal shaped, hexagon, greater than, lesser than, equal to, and, or, not. Join is also there. So I'll show you all the operators. We'll see how to create operators also. The rectangle round operator is used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In computers, you use the asterisk symbol for multiplication and the slash symbol for division. Hexagonal blocks are used for comparison. Some number greater than 50, some number lesser than 50, or 50 equal to 50. So for this also we use hexagonal block. Now how to create a operator? Again you have to go back to scratch, new project. First you have to create looks block. Click on looks block. Then go back to operators block. Inside the white there is a white editable space where you can give your numbers. Then click on each script separately, and the sprite will display answer using speech bubble. We'll see a demo now. Go back to Scratch website, create new file. We'll use operators now. Again, we'll change the sprite. We'll use this girl as a sprite. And then we'll go to, first you have to go to say and operators. Now we are going to give a number here, say 10 plus 7. Then if I click it here, 17, she is giving the answer. Now I am giving, again go to say, why I did not give this when green flag clicked, because I need not run all the script together. I just want single script to be clicked separately. So I did not give this event flag. Now she's going to say the answer for multiplication. 7 into 7. 49. 7 sevens are 49. Answer is right. Now we'll see equal to. You can even edit this number here. I'll say 10 true. If not, you say we'll see whether she's telling false. False. Can you see? So that is about operator block. Very interesting, right? Not only this, we can also join two words using script, using operator block. We'll see how to do it. Again, go to looks block, click on say as usual, then go to operators block. You have an option called join, and you can create say hello world, hello, and then we'll say friends, give a space and type friends. Now we'll see when you click it, it's telling hello friends. What will happen if you do not give space before friend? We'll see what happens. It will not have space, so I gave the space before friends. Hello friends. Then we have another see, I'll show you. Again go to looks block, say operator block. First letter of say Saumya. Yes, he's telling yes. Next again go to say operator block. Length of the word computer application, or just computer. 8 letters. See, everything can be done using um operators. That's all about operators. We'll go to the next topic, creating a ball game. This is the most interesting topic in this lesson, creating a ball game. So everyone like to play games in your Mobiles. Everyone play games, right? So, what is your favorite game? You like car games? My favorite game is this one, this ball game. Before that, I'll tell you what is a string. Operators can also perform string operations. I showed you what all that joining, all that is comes under string operations. So what is a string? String is the combination of numbers and alphabets. It's called as a string. So Soumya is a string. So we are going to look. We went to looks block. We clicked say. Then we went back to the operator block. We said join hello world. So everything comes under string operations. I showed you the demo. Now we'll go to the creating a ball game. Sensing block detects touch. So these are the main options for creating a ball game. In the sensing block, there is a particular heading called detect. What happens? It detects whether the sprite is touching each other. If so, that is used to create this ball game. Then you have specific color or a specific object, that is the sprite. We can find whether it is touching the sprite or the object or the color. Using this, we can create this game. Main thing is a sensing block. With the sensing block, we are going to create this game. Various games can be created. I am going to create this ball game. This is given in your book, so I am going to just show a demo on how to create this ball game. First, we have to open the scratch window, then delete the cat sprite. Then we have to create a ball as from the choose sprite, and you have to create a paddle and a red color line. Then those are the three sprites needed for this ball game. Then what happens? We have to create a different background. Now we'll see how to create. This is a big process, but still it is very very interesting. Steps, whatever I told you now is given here. So we'll go to see the demo. Back to the website, file, new. So we are going to create a ball game. Give the title as ball game. Ball game. Now we are going to, first thing is deleting the sprite, creating new sprite. What all I told you, ball is needed. Then again go back to sprite. Paddle is needed. So where is the paddle? Red line is needed. So we'll choose for search for paddle. Small green line is this paddle. Yeah, here we have the paddle. So you would have played this game in your mobile. Now what happens? We have to create background. We'll select the background also. Nice different background we'll select. Where can we play this game? We'll play it in the wall. This is given in your book, this wall. So I've clicked the same background. Then we have to create a script for all the three sprites: ball, paddle, and the red line. More, especially for ball and the paddle. First, we'll create for the ball. First, go to events. When clicked, then we are going to control forever. Then again go to control if. Inside forever you have to keep if. Then go to sensing block, create touching. Inside if you have to give touching paddle. In this drop down you have to click and select paddle because we have the paddle here. Then you have to go to looks block, sorry, motion block, and you have to say turn 180 degree. 180 degree. Then control block, wait 1 second is enough. Now I'm going to create another block for the ball sprite because this is a game, right? So we need lot of when I click this green button, you'll know for what I've created this. When the ball touches the paddle, it should go back. So that is why I'm given turn 180 degrees. Then I'll show you whenever all the script is done. I'll show you. Again, go back to events. Click when clicked. Then we'll give point and 45 degrees motion, point and direction. We'll give 45. Yes, 45 degrees. Then again we'll go to control, take forever. Then we'll do in the if block. We'll have to create an if block inside forever. No, just forever is enough. We'll go to move. We have to make the ball move. So move 10 steps. Then we'll give if on the edge, then if it clicks, if it touches here, it should bounce back. So I'm giving that option. Touching the edge. If on edge, bounce. If on edge, bounce. Again, I'm going to create another script for the ball. When green flag is clicked, then I have to give control forever. Why we are giving forever? Until this red button, stop button is clicked, the game should keep on be playing. We have to keep playing. We will be always keeping on playing, right? That is why I'm giving forever. If you want to stop, you can just go to this red button and you can stop the game. Until that, the game will keep on going. Then inside this, we are giving if block. Then inside if block, I'm giving touch this red line, right? So sensing block, touch color, red color should come. So red color. Then what happens? Hide. Hide. Then control, wait, we have to wait for some 2 seconds. We'll give 2 seconds. Again the game will start, right? For that we are giving to after 2 seconds the game will start. Then again show. When red color is touched the ball will be hidden. Then we'll wait for 2 seconds for the next game to start. So after 2 seconds show. Then Go to X and Y axis. It is in the motion, I think. See here, X axis. Go to, yeah, here. Go to, we'll give 0. When you play, you can explore by giving x-axis as some 30 degrees and all. When you do and see, you can explore with so many options. You need not do however it is given in the book. You can create your own script. Now for paddle, we'll give a script. When this green flag is clicked, what happens? Control forever. Then go to mouse pointer is needed. Go to mouse pointer. Now we'll play this game. Now, can you see the ball going back? We'll see what happens when the red line is touched. The ball got hidden. Again, after 2 seconds, it will come back. See, after 2 seconds, it came back, and again, I started playing the game. So, you can create your own game. You can share it with your friends, relatives, and ask them to play the game. You can not only this game, you can create so many games like car racing game. All that you can create using this sprite. Very interesting, right? Even I am very interested to play this game. Now, it will be very boring when you don't have score, right? So we'll create the score. How to create score? For that, we have to add a variable to this game. How to add variables? So what is a variable? Um, I'm not going back to my presentation. I'll just tell you what is a variable. I think you're hearing this variable, it is very new to you. Variable is nothing but a space where you store something, store values. A space, a variable is used to store values. In a program, you can store values using a variable. So, values can be numbers, string, a numeric variable. It can be anything. I already told you what is a string. A string is a combination of numbers or alphabets. That is called a string. A number can be positive or negative. Any number can be added to your variable. Now, first here for score, we'll create a variable. So can you see this is called as data block? Here it is given as variable directly. We'll click variable and make a variable. What variable do we need? Score. So give score here. And for this sprite alone, first of all we'll see which sprite we have clicked. The ball sprite we need, ball sprite. So for that I'm going to create a variable. Make a variable score. Then for the sprite alone. Okay. Now I'm going to set my variable score to 0. We'll say 100. First we'll have 100 and then when the red line touches, when the ball touches the red line, let the score decrease. So we'll set score to 100. Then change score by 1. When it doesn't touch, -1. When the red line is touched, the score will be -1. Or you can give -10. Then show variable score, hide variable score. Now I'll create when clicked. No, we'll just add it here. Add it in this block itself. We'll add the score. Data, change score by -10. We'll add it here. Now we'll click ball score is given here. We'll start playing. Why 100 is not given here? Some mistake we would have done. We'll see what happens when the red line is touched. -10 is coming here. But we have to decrease the score by 10. So for that, we have to set score to 100 we have given. We'll see what happens now. The score has not changed. See, 100, 10 got minused, 90 again. I think we have to select only change. Now we'll see when it touches it decrease to 80. Can you see? It decreased to 70. So this is how your score will be given. Whoever gets the highest score will be the winner. So nice game, no? So you can also create games like this and play with your friends or your sisters or brothers, your siblings. So that's all for today's class. In the next class, we'll see what we'll see in the next class. Creating quiz, we'll see. So that's all. Presentation is also over. I explained everything in the demo screen itself, adding variable, game, everything. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day. So you can create a game using, if possible, you can go to your Scratch website and create a game. So I'm going to give you a homework, small homework. You can draw a sprite, any kind of sprite, whatever you can just draw in your rough note. If you like to draw a sprite, if you like to create your own sprite, what sprite will you create? So that is our topic. You can draw any sprite, a car or a ball, a balloon, whatever you know to draw, you can draw in your rough note and take a picture and send it to GCR. I'll give you a link in the GCR for your drawings. So I like to see all your drawings. Don't send it through WhatsApp. If you are not there in GCR, you can send it through WhatsApp. If not, send it in GCR itself. I'll give you a link in GCR. You can post all your drawings in your GCR. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.